President Trump went to speak before the Boy Scouts National Jamboree. So we'll take a look at a short clip from that, and then we'll take a look at the following meltdown on social media.
Secretary Tom Price is also here today. Dr. Price still lives the Scout Oath, helping to keep millions of Americans strong and healthy as our Secretary of Health and Human Services, and he's doing a great job. And hopefully he's going to get the votes tomorrow to start our path toward killing this horrible thing known as Obamacare that's really hurting us. By the way, you going to get the votes? He better get them. He better get them. Oh, he better. Otherwise, I'll say, Tom, you're fired. I'll get somebody.
Brad Jaffe, who is an NBC News senior news editor and writer, has been tweeting a whole lot about President Trump speaking at the Boy Scouts National Jamboree. He even later transcribed the event, and the reason I recorded this separately sounds like someone from Germany circa 1936 to 1939. It does sound like Germany. And then someone putting a link to, I guess, one of the speeches. Hitler Youth, GRPS, started this in the early 1920s, grew to 100,000 by 1933. How did this start? Just like this. Donald Trump kept Book of Adolf Hitler's speeches in his bedside cabinet. The Independent, huh? Yeah, it's solid journalism over at The Independent. Well, I'm sorry if patriotism and playing to a conservative audience is now considered communist. Did you read the speech? I was there. Well, Isaac, I wish you had received a speech that was about you, the scouting organization, your future, not bashing past president and others. Aspiring black man Sean King says, "White supremacist rally. As Trump's presidency implodes, he will lean more and more on white nationalism for the applause he lives for." John Andrew tweeted out, "Condemn it. They were its victims. They're probably busy saying to each other, what the fuck was that all about?" That's right, they're victims. The Boy Scouts. And then Charles M. Blow retweeted him and said, "The kids may be victims, but the people who run the Boy Scouts are grown-ass men. They owe it to those kids to rebuke this." And then Chuck Todd, who claimed that the White House is waging a war against truth, tweeted out, "Please, POTUS, don't put the Boy Scouts in this position. Keep politics out of the Jamboree. What a mess. Totally unfair to those kids." You know what's really unfair to kids? Is having magazines like Teen Vogue target crazy Marxist propaganda at them. These histrionic morons are fueled by an internal sense of righteous indignation. They're so convinced that they're right on every sense, on every dimension, that there is no longer a discussion to be had. This is just an all-out attack. And all of these little posts, these people are pretending that President Trump committed some sort of war crime for what he said out there, and he didn't say anything too controversial. Yeah, he took a couple of jabs at the press, a jab at Obama, and a jab at Hillary. So what? So I actually watched all 40 minutes of the full speech because of these crybabies. And look, President Trump didn't say anything he hasn't already said on television a million times. And I think you were hearing a majority of people who already, 1, didn't like Obama, 2, didn't like Hillary, and 3, don't like the media.
By the way, just a question. Did President Obama ever come to a jamboree? And we'll be back. We'll be back. The answer is no, but we'll be back.
So they seem to already have had their disposition of former President Barack Obama firmly established before Donald Trump made his statement on the stage, for starters. But the main course of his entire speech was him explaining that you need to keep going, momentum. Here's a little clip from that.
In life, in order to be successful, and you people are well on the road to success, you have to find out what makes you excited, what makes you want to get up each morning and go to work. You have to find it. If you love what you do and dedicate yourself to your work, then you will gain momentum. And look, you have to. You need the word momentum. You will gain that momentum. And each success will create another success.
I'm pretty sure my opinion on the matter is fairly obvious, but I'll give it anyway. These people attempt at every opportunity, even opportunities that aren't actual ripe opportunities, to attempt to paint not just President Trump, but Republicans, the right, or just criticism in general as being neo-Nazi or alt-right or somehow hateful. In that way, they are the heroes no matter what. No matter what anyone tells them, they believe they themselves and everyone that agrees with them are the righteous side, and everyone else that disagrees with them are evil and hateful. And it makes it so they don't even have to attempt to formulate an argument or to have a discussion in order to compromise perspectives and find truth. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video there, and I have these two clips that I'm going to end with. Enjoy.
Today's the day to just sit in your homes and contemplate Howard Stern on American Idol.
No kidding. Listen, we know that a number of flights, most flights have been canceled in and out of New York airports for the afternoon. What's the difference? What does it mean that the airport is shut down? Does that mean it's a bigger deal?
You're a dumbass. You don't know this is a prank call?
Oh, that's what you got us, Gene. Very good. All right, Gene Lasker. We are going to confirm that our information about New Jersey's Newark Airport being shut down is actually correct.
It's almost like you should have checked before you ran the story on national television.